Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I want to start off by saying that any and all thoughts and opinions are just that, thoughts and opinions. In no way am I sharing professional advice when it comes to physical and mental health. These videos are simply for fun and to provide my thoughts on the topic. Do not send any hate to anyone I talk about, and please be kind in the comments. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We're going to be getting into some more foodie beauty content. Quick little note before we get into it, I am going to be continuing with the Amber drama. I've had to take a couple days, with work and all that type of stuff. It's kind of sorting through all the Amber drama. It's kind of time consuming, so I will be getting into that and try filming it and uploading it the best I can, as quickly as I can too. There's just a lot of lying and deceiving, so you kind of have to sift through all the drama and try to pick out the truth. And when you have multiple liars, it is a bit harder than it looks to figure that out. But we'll figure that out later. We'll worry about that later, and we'll just get into the foodie beauty content now. We're not even into the video, and we can already tell this is going to be a bit of a nightmare to watch. I mean, we all know that Foodie Beauty is technically still pretty much, I think she says she's in the 400s. I believe she's closer to the 500s, if anything. But, like, for someone who has type 2 diabetes, do you think you really should be eating, cheese, gravy, chips, cheeseburger, a steak and cheese roll, and mozzarella sticks and marinara sauce? I feel like that is going to put you up pretty high. On top of that, it's just not healthy food, and goddamn, I would, even as a full-grown man looking at that, I would struggle to eat all of that, and that is just crazy amount of food. But let's get into it and watch this nightmare of a video, shall we?
Hello guys, hello, how are you? Wow, so, I have a feast for you. My first meal of the day.
Alright, so she says first meal, so this is either waking up very early, which I hope to Christ not, because goddamn, that would be horrendous. I would feel like absolute garbage, but I'm assuming that it would be probably later in the day, which would make a little bit more sense. But even so, like, that's just a ton of food. And I know I've pointed it out already, but I mean, how the hell can one woman eat all this?
I have Great Steak, one of my favorite places here for fast food. I have an A1 steak sub. It has like vegetables, steak, A1 sauce, cheese.
Every single thing she has some sort of cheese. It's either fried cheese, cheese melted on top, cheeseburger, or cheese steak. Also, I've never actually had A1 sauce. Is it actually really as good as people make it out to be? Because, like, you hear it a lot in, like, America and, like, Canada. Like, people go batshit crazy over it, and I've never had it. So is it actually good or not?
It comes with a free burger, it's like 200 fills for a burger. So I have a cheeseburger. I made it puts in with their fries.
Alright, just because something is free or you can get a couple dollars extra doesn't necessarily mean you really should get that. I mean, you already have a steak sandwich, cheese, and mozzarella sticks. Why would you need a cheeseburger on top of that?
With the leftover gravy and cheese sticks, mozzarella. And 7-Up Zero. So bismillah, let's eat. Let's have a cheese stick with the marinara.
So the funny thing is I actually have the exact same ED as both Amber and Foodie, and I've actually cut out a lot of like carbs, and I don't eat bread, I don't really eat wraps and stuff like that, and I don't eat a lot of chips, which I cannot tell you, I have not really had a lot of food like that in ages, over a year and a half now, and I love chips so much. It is hands down my favorite food to eat. Like, give me some air fried chips or even just like deep fried chips, and I'm happy. Like, I will do anything and everything you want. That being said, looking at those mozzarella sticks looks actually bomb as hell, and I would love to have a couple of those, but I know that I would definitely get sick if I was to eat that stuff now.
Lipstick goes on, lipstick goes off. I had leftover gravy, so I thought, why not make that?
I don't know what it is about her eating, but it triggers me to no end. I don't know what it is, but it makes me almost gag. And, like, I understand that she has an ED. I have the exact same ED, and completely understand. I used to be like that myself, but slowing down and enjoying the food, one, is just honestly makes the food taste better. And two, it does help with being able to determine when you are full. If you're just shoveling food in, it is so much harder for your brain to catch up to your body. Just slow down, take a moment, breathe, and just, like, actually chew your food a little.
I wish I could share with you guys. So I'm wearing the lashes and the mascara from Temu.
Oh god, not the burger.
Both are pretty good quality. Their burgers are so good. Oh, yum. I'm enjoying this meal. Oh my gosh.
I don't know what it is, but when Foodie tries to shove food into the camera, it immediately annoys the crap out of me. I don't know. Does anyone else feel like that? Like shoving the food. It's something that happens in my real life too. I'll have people that will shove food in my face, and then it just sets me off. Like, do not do that. I friggin' hate that.
I love A1 sauce. I used to hate it. Fried onions, mushrooms, peppers.
I'm not gonna lie, that actually sounds bomb as hell. I love mushrooms and onion. Like, I would definitely make that. I don't know. Like, again, I've never actually tried the A1 sauce, so I don't know what that's like, but that sounds actually really good. And I think, like, the biggest difference between Foodie and Amber is the fact that Foodie is someone that will actually try to make food and will actually try to enjoy food. Like, Amber, it's just literally, I feel like it's just, like, either a coping mechanism or it's just something to do because she's bored. She'll just shovel anything and everything in her mouth, where Foodie will actually try to enjoy the food, which, I mean, that's the point for her, I guess. I mean, it's still not good, but at least it's, you know, something.
Oh my god. Too good. It's too good. I used to hate A1 steak sauce as a kid. Ugh. No. Yeah, that and HP sauce. Is HP and A1 the same? I don't even know.
Well, I don't know what A1 sauce or HP sauce is, but I'm assuming they probably would be different. I mean, even if it is a slight variation. That being said, Foodie's actually eating like a bunch of different stuff, and she does this like all the time. Like most mukbangers do, they'll take like bits and pieces, which I can't do that. I have to separate my food, even with burgers, and I get so much crap for this. People will always point it out every single time I do it. I will actually pull my burger apart, and I will actually separate the things into individual like things. Like I'll put the patty, the buns, and like the cheese, and like I separate everything. I do it with like wraps. I'll do it with my burgers. Even if I like, it's something that really you're supposed to enjoy it together. Like, yeah, you're supposed to enjoy those together. I will actually separate them into pieces. The only thing that I won't do is stuff that you like literally can't do. Like, obviously, if you're doing like stew or something like that, you could like really separate it the best you can. But I mean, you can't really separate it. I do that all the time, which is incredibly weird, and everyone points it out. And I also sniff my food every single time before I even take a bite. I will sniff my food, and I get the weirdest looks, and I get all the time. I get pointed out, and people are like, "Why do you do that?" And I don't know why. I just do it. Is that just me, or I feel like other people do it too? Because I know my uncle also sniffs his food, but I always get yelled at because I always pull my food apart. Everyone goes, "It is the weirdest thing." They yell it out. They yell at me. I don't know why they would yell at me, but they do. They will yell at me for me pulling my own burger apart. It is weird.
Hi. Aww. She makes me feel so guilty.
I wouldn't necessarily say that it should be feeling guilty for feeding your animals human food or food they shouldn't really eat, especially like a lot of processed stuff. I mean, animals, especially cats and dogs, can have incredibly sensitive stomachs, and I do work in a shelter, and I've seen some dogs and cats, as soon as they have the smallest amount of food that they shouldn't, immediately they'll have the runs for a week. It is really disgusting. Like, do not feed your animal human food, especially cats, because a lot of cats and stuff like that, they are kind of carnivores, so they need to eat like a lot of taurine and stuff like that, which is like heart muscles. Don't feed them processed food. Most people feel like should know that. And if your animal is like the type of animal to beg, because I got like one dog myself that is like that, separate yourself from them. It is just the easiest thing to do, or just teach them not to beg. It's so much easier. Please just do not feed them food.
My cat is like the type of cat who's like super clingy. But I love it. I had a friend in high school who had a cat who was like miserable. If you even tried to pet it, it would like hiss at you.
What do I feel like Foodie Beauty is the type of person who will be like, I am such an animal person, and then when the animal tries to run away from them, she will try to immediately try to pick them up and be like, oh, it's fine, they will love me, and the animal is like literally crawling or trying to claw its way away from her. Like, yeah, without a doubt, it would probably be miserable around her and completely understandable.
And it just hid the whole time. Like,
Honestly, it probably just sensed the evil in you.
you can't enjoy your pet. Your pet doesn't enjoy life. It's a miserable situation.
Yeah, are we gonna just know the fact that you yourself are known for having terribly well kept animals? You know, the abuse and everything you've done to them. Not to mention, you tossed them aside immediately for the first man that gave you attention. Oh, well, the first man that you could pay to give you attention anyway. I love how I actually mentioned that I was gonna, oh, I'm gonna be good. I'm not gonna be insulting people, and I'm already 5 videos in, and I'm turning into a bad person. Oh, god damn it. No wonder why so many reaction channels just don't care about their attitude towards them. I'm already 5 videos in, and I'm already turning into that person. Oh, god. I hate these people.
So if you haven't seen my Temu haul, check out my previous video. I'm going to be ordering more things.
Why not? I think it'd be pretty fun to watch her throw on some clothes and check out the type of style she's got. I personally have absolutely zero style, so yep, makes absolute sense that, you know, my commentary is probably going to be pretty poor on that. That being said, I'm also going to cut a bunch of stuff out because she literally will sit there for like 30 seconds just chomping on food without any words. It's like literally just dead air, so I will be cutting a bunch of this out.
They probably have a lot of things that'll be good for when we travel. So that would be cool.
This is the type of video you watch and you're terrified that your parents are going to break down the door any second now and walk in. Every time I watch one of these videos, I legitimately get sick to my stomach because one, just the way she eats is just gross. And secondly, she's got like this permanent O face every single time she takes a bite of something. It's like she's on the brink of climaxing and it's disgusting. I feel like, I feel like this shouldn't even be on YouTube. It should be on a certain category of websites. Like, god damn, this is just horrendous.
People have been asking me
Asking you what?
about my opinion on the Amberlynn situation.
It's literally every 2 words she takes a bite of something. Like, can you get to the point before you shove something else in your mouth?
And I basically just said, like, and I know everyone is profiting off the situation right now. It's like the big thing going around. And I like Amberlynn. I consider her like a friend, like an online friend there. Like we don't hang out or anything, but
I wouldn't necessarily say the two of you are friends so much as acquaintances who defend each other's bad habits. And yes, online friends are different from in real life friends, but I mean, the two of you have had multiple falling outs, and I mean, it's so superficial anyone could really see it.
the dip kind of tastes like hairspray.
Alright, kind of a weird subject to bring up. First of all, how the hell do you know what hairspray tastes like? I mean, I guess it could happen by accident, but like, I do hope that you're not like spraying that crap in your mouth like.
What I love about drinking air freshener is the taste.
I know there's a lot of like stuff going around accusing her ex of being a feeder because of the pictures that are going around.
I mean, I guess you can consider an accusation. I mean, I don't really see it that way because an accusation is a claim that someone is doing something wrong or illegal. But I mean, at the same time, the evidence is literally there for people to see. So I guess you can consider it an allegation or a claim. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, you know, people more so pointing out the behaviors and the evidence there is than actually accusing her of being something that she's not.
I'll be honest, at first I was like, I'm not into feederism.
You don't have to like or agree with the attraction to perpetuate it. You are literally engaging it right now. You are sitting on camera, hundreds of pounds overweight, eating copious amounts of unhealthy food. In the same way, there are women who don't like certain acts with men featuring young girls, but then they themselves will engage in said behavior by mimicking their clothing style, the hairstyle, the makeup style, and even bedrooms or settings that may be areas in which young girls appear. They themselves might not agree with it, but they cater to a male audience who like that type of thing. You don't have to have the attraction to appropriate it, not appropriate it, to perpetuate it. You just have to engage in it. Like, you are engaging in a behavior that you yourself don't like, but are still engaging in it nonetheless. Like, it's a very hypocritical thing to say, well, I don't like it. Okay, well, stop engaging in it. Like, you are perpetuating a very dangerous thing at the end of the day.
She dodged a bullet with that, you know. But at the end of the day, I can see she's really affected by it. Like, even considering leaving the internet, and has her comments off.
Not necessarily. I think it's a lot of it comes down to manipulation for multiple reasons. First and foremost, there are going to be people who will always protect Amber because that's just how bad people and stupid people work. They flock together, birds of a feather, flock together type mentality. Second is Amber is trying to get away from the Erica and Brittany situation, and although those two are running around to every channel they possibly can, they are terrible people themselves, and they are lying. They have multiple times they have lied and contradicted themselves, and I will actually be talking about that in other videos. But also, Amber doesn't naturally care about Tommy, because at the end of the day, once Tommy leaves, Amber will throw a fit for a week or two, but then she'll find someone else, and then, oh my god, Tommy was X, Y, and Z. Literally, that's what Alexis is talking about already, because that's just how Amber is. Any woman who is willing to to go cave diving in Amber's Cave of Wonders is an amazing person. They're the best. They give you, you know, this soft love, this gentle love that she's currently talking about. It doesn't mean nothing, because all Amber cares about is the intention that someone gives her. And she's not crying because she feels bad for Tommy. She's crying because Tommy may potentially leave her. That is the only thing that she has. She's afraid of her partner leaving her, because then she's alone again and she's not getting the attention she wants. That's all it has ever been about. Like, think about it. She was only really sad when Destiny left, and then after that, Destiny was a cheater. Beck was the most amazing supportive person. Wife came into the picture. Beck didn't give me what I wanted. I will never stop loving Wifey. Well, Wifey left. Oh, well, she was an alcoholic and abuser who, you know, did all these abusive things to me. Erica, oh, she's this amazing, you know, oh my god, I get butterflies. Oh, she's a cheater. She cheated on me. She led me on X, Y, and Z. And even Alexis said herself that Tommy is somewhat verbally abusive, which I could probably see that. I mean, let's face it, Tommy herself only really cares about her self-interest too. And you could tell she's kind of like Amber in the way that she loves looking at the camera and looking at herself in the camera. So, I mean, Amber's going to get what she's going to get.
And based on her last video, I know how I can relate, because I can understand how frustrating it is to, like, have the same vultures coming for you and being stuck in this, like, Gurl world experience when you didn't ask to be. When you don't claim it.
I generally don't understand this mentality of, like, claiming something. You don't have to claim something in order to actually have the label. If you yourself are creating a situation where you have certain negative attributes or stereotypes, then you are going to be part of a certain label. Girl World is about women like yourself and Amber. If you don't want to be part of Girl World, then stop, you know, perpetuating those negative behaviors that have got you part of the community in the first place. Fix your problems, start losing weight, eating healthy, stop getting into drama, stop dating married men, stop, you know, cheating on your partners, stop abusing your partners, stop abusing your animals, stop doing the things that you do that get you part of the community in the first place. And yes, it's going to take a long time, but if you actively change yourself and actually better yourself, you are going to eventually get rid of those labels. People get bored and people move on. That is how it eventually will be. Just change your behaviors. You are not what you are who you are. Your actions define you. That's all it comes down to at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, she's a real person with feelings. And all I'm going to say is I hope, you know, that you find happiness and that you're okay. And again, I'm here to talk to you if you need to. And people will ask me like, are you jealous of like the attention she's getting from all this? Amber Lynn has always been more famous than me. She's always done better views wise, like quadruple.
Yeah, it's because both you are different in the sense that you are a bad person and she is also a bad person, but you are your authentic true self, where she puts on this character. The attention for you is very quick and very fast. People see it, they get over it in a day or two, and they move on. Her, on the other hand, she will lie, manipulate, and try to gain the upper hand by painting a false picture. And over time, cracks will start to appear. And human beings as a whole will try to figure out the situation by putting the pieces together and filling in the blanks with their own assumptions and belief. It's what causes people to go back over and over again when new cracks appear, so they can finally put this piece where it's supposed to, and this piece where it's supposed to, and this piece where it's supposed to. Essentially, it's like a puzzle game for people. Each time something else gets exposed, they go, okay, now we can create, a timeline, and we could put this piece here, and we could put that piece there. It's a very, a self-fulfilling prophecy with Amber, because she wants to hide it, but then it comes out. And situations like this, if you hide it long enough, it either you're going to get fully exposed by every single person that you have wronged in the past, or people eventually come to the conclusions themselves and figure it out, and before you know it, they only need one or two pieces of information, and then they'll figure the entire situation out, and you're screwed either way. So Amber does create the worst of her drama herself, because she tries to hide who she truly is as a person.
Or even 10 times more views than me. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. A big key to happiness is not comparing yourself to others. They say comparison is a thief of joy for a reason, because...
Yeah, that is very much true. Comparing yourself to other people does make you incredibly insecure and jealous. That's why Foodie Beauty likes to do it to other people in an attempt to try and make herself seem better. Really, when it comes down to it, I have a man and you don't is really her mentality for a lot of things. Even if her, husband is a serial cheater who likes to do some incredibly repulsive things, and really is, at the end of the day, just a rent-a-husband.
Comparing yourself to someone else is literally apples and oranges. Like, you can't compare your journey to someone else. You didn't live their life, they didn't live yours.
Alright guys, this is going to be the end of the video. She literally just goes on a couple-minute tangent talking about how the, comparison is a thief of joy, even though, Foodie Beauty is a massive hypocrite and literally does that to insult people. But yeah, ultimately what she does say is right. Don't compare yourself to other people. Go at your own pace. You're only in a race with yourself, really. Be the best version of yourself and try to strive for better each and every day. That's all it really comes down to. And if someone else is doing better, so what? You'll get there eventually. And if you don't, well, there's always ways in finding, being complacent and being happy in that. And life isn't always about success. It's about creating memories along the way sometimes. You can't always be striving for the next milestone, because otherwise you're going to waste your entire life. Let yourself enjoy the little moments sometimes. But thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy it. And as always, I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.